We're MusicTown with Marlon and Jackie Jackson. Thank
How
you
doing?
guys.
What's up? How you doing?
Well, I'm just chilling around here in the lounge here. What do you think of this place, huh?
Oh,
It's nice, it's cozy,
It is-
relaxing.
It is cozy, relaxing. And you guys have not had much time to relax lately. You're putting on the jets again and getting on the road. And coming to Detroit.
Yeah, June 15th, we're coming to Detroit, the festival. That's going to be here in Detroit, so we're looking forward to that. So everybody come out. It's a free concert for the public, for the people of Detroit. And there's all kind of bands, 500 acts. And so classical music, all kind of things for kids. It's a festival, so come out and enjoy yourselves, and we're going to have a great time.
Yeah. You said the word free, huh?
Yes.
Cool. Detroit's special to you guys.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's where it all started.
Yes, from Gary to Detroit. We start up in Gary, Indiana, and then we move it on to Detroit because we signed with Motown. So yes, it is special.
Tell me about those days. What about 68? Would that be about the right year?
That's when we signed our contract with Motown.
With
was
Motown.
68.
So you guys got on the road even before
and
that.
no one believed us when we signed that contract, especially the kids around our neighborhood. We told them, "Oh, we signed." No, you're not.
Then where's your record?
Yeah, where's the music?
And so not until late '69 is when we
Yeah.
released our first record.
So how did that process go for you guys? You're kind of playing the tour as a bunch of young guys and kids, quite frankly. And you're running around the country doing these shows, and then suddenly here you are. You're a signed artist. I mean, how'd that come about?
Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. What happened was we.
Wait. Let me get.
Oh, he's rewinding the tape.
Yeah. Okay, go now. Now talk. Do your thing.
We were we were invited to Detroit at the time to do a special show for Berry Gordy at his mansion.
Audition
mansion, and at that particular time, Motown had the biggest songs on the radio.
Oh, you betcha.
The Supremes, Four Tops,
Gladys.
Marvin Gaye, and that particular time we were just amateurs, and we learned all their songs at the time because we didn't have any songs. So we came to his house, and all those stars were there at his house. Marvin Gaye was there, Stevie Wonder, and Four Tops, and we had to sing their songs in front of their face.
Now, I want to interrupt you here. Back then, were you just young and stupid enough to not know how big that moment was?
Yes, we was all of the above.
Right. You're absolutely right.
You're absolutely right. And we sang the songs, and they were running around playing in Berry Gordy's bowling alley. And I would say, guys, wait a minute, this is serious stuff. They were, I was the oldest, and they were a little younger.
Yeah, we were
I said,
9
guys,
years
this is
old,
our
so-
break. Come on, guys, let's rehearse before we go out, And we did a good job, and next thing you know, we were recording after that.
I'd say you did a good job. You apparently got the job, right?
Right.
Yes.
At what point in that process, then, when you signed with Barry and with Motown, did you get to start doing your own stuff instead of backing up everybody else?
Well, we didn't do our own things until we moved over to Epic Records in 1975. We weren't with Motown anymore, and we had signed a contract with Epic Records, which entitled us to produce some of our own music, and we had other producers as well. And that was a good move for us. Gamble and Huff did our first couple of albums, and we had some songs on there that we produced, which is what we were looking for. But go on, Jackie, you have something to say.
But during that time in Motown, we had great songwriters.
Oh, yeah.
There was Fonz Mizell, Deke Richards.
The Corporation.
And there were some great hits. And it was like going to school. We learned so much with Motown, how to produce records, how to write lyrics, and it was like going to school there.
I mean, you can't argue it. Holland Doja Holland. You got some great stuff. Norman Whitfield, great stuff. Stevie Wonder writes great stuff. The Corporation, Deke Richards, Hal Davis, Fonz Mizell, Freddie Perrin. All those hits that they wrote for us. And Hal Davis, who produced some great stuff. I'll Be There. Never Can Say Goodbye. Those songs. So it's some great music over there.
4 number ones in a row, right?
Yeah, 4 number ones.
I think you were one of the first acts to ever do that too.
Yes.
Hasn't been done again since. So we appreciate those things. I'm just, it's when you were kids, you don't think about that stuff, and we just enjoyed the music. We really didn't care.
Yeah.
We going to school, and you get 3 hours a day. We got to pill out for school, and after that we going to radio stations every day after school in the studio, recording every day, and we enjoyed the music, but did not understand the true mission of all of it.
Well, you touched on something that's near and dear to me as a songwriter, musician myself. You know, the debate is always, at what point does music stop being fun and start being business? And when did it happen for the Jacksons, or is it still fun?
Jackie, gonna take that.
Well, it's still fun, but at the same token, like you said, it's about business too. It really is. It's a lot about business today.
We enjoy the music. It's if you don't enjoy what you do, then you can't have fun at the same time. So it's a business, but we enjoy it.
Has the business made it tough to be as creative as you'd like to be? I'm sure there's stuff that you would love to do, but you've always got that business looking over your shoulder.
There are things that that you would like to do some things, but it depends on once you put a plan together. You want to stay to that plan. You can't deviate from it. And there's sometimes that you get things that come along that, geez, it's called distractions, actually.
Yeah, bright, shiny things.
Yes. Yeah. And so, but we stay focused. Yeah, right. I've been married for 43 years, so I'm good in that department. Well taken care of. Hard not to like. Hey, that's how I describe my wife.
Now, when you're with family also, and you guys have been together, I mean, as a family, obviously, you've been together forever, and as a group, you've been together forever. And, members of your family have come in and come out, and you always seem to come back. What does that family dynamic mean? Because you can't break up with your family.
No, it's going to always be that way. What we learn to do, first of all, you got to learn to agree to disagree. And then second of all, when one make a decision on whatever it may be that they feel is best, don't forget, we are adults now. So he has his family, I have my family. When you make a decision that you feel is best for you, you learn to respect it, and you move forward, even if that means doing something else.
And going back to doing the things that you like to do, kind of that creative thing, the bright, shiny objects that distract you sometimes, musically speaking, when you're doing live shows, that give you a chance? Because I know everybody comes out and they want to hear the old stuff. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to hear the old stuff. But do you ever get a chance to throw in something that you haven't put out there and see how people react?
No, we've never done that before.
We've never
put out something that no one's,
Seriously.
And seriously. Uh-huh. And one of the reasons being is because, we like to do stuff that the people know and want to sing along with. And it's called for sure stuff, and then so we don't roll the dice that way. But if it's something new that's coming out and it's just been out, yes, then we'll do it that way.
Is there I'm going to ask you two questions, a two-part question. Is there a song you guys do that you just are tired of, but you do it anyway because that's what people want? What song
Jackie
is that
got one?
Yeah, which song is
I
that?
do one?
Yeah, Jackie, which song is that?
One.
You apparently have one.
It is. Tell me what it is. Whisper.
Oh, he's going to whisper. He's whispering in his ear right now. Okay.
No, I love that song. It's Jermaine.
Oh, you got the brothers mixed up. All right, which song does Jermaine not like to do?
Dancing Machine.
Dancing Machine. Why is that?
Because
he
always messed up on the choreography. That's it's just one move.
Right.
It's just one segment of this one little move that he always he never gets it right.
That's why.
All these years, it's still.
So you guys all go one direction, he's going another. Is that what's happening over there?
Not that noticeable, but
some we notice.
Okay, so everything you do, there's never a day that you sit there and go, I just don't want to do this song.
I enjoy doing all the songs because the fans love them, and they're like fuel to our engines because they just up dancing and singing along. There's sometimes I forget a lyric or two in the song. I just hold the mic out and they just sing it for me. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, Marlon. Also, what is that feeling when, as a performer, everybody at your show knows every word?
We find it amazing because sometimes there's kids there 9 years old, some 5 years old. They're singing the songs. They weren't born when these songs, came out.
And stays looking at them.
And some of their parents weren't born when the songs came out.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? You ask the mom, and she says, "My mom did this to me." and I do it to my kid, because the music that we put on those days was geared toward a certain demographic. We were kids, and the music was geared toward that demographic. But what we found out is that not only did the kids love it, but there were adults who loved the music too, because it had nice grooves and beats and everything. But the stories were a little different. But everybody enjoyed the music. It was very family-oriented music. And that's what's so evergreen about this music.
You can bring your grandma to the concert and she'll enjoy it.
Now, the second part of that question I asked so long ago, what is your favorite song? Of all your songs that you guys have ever done, and do you have the same one or is it different?
My favorite one is the very first one, I Want You Back.
All right. Why is that the favorite?
Because that's the one that set it off, set everything off. Yeah. And I just love that piano gliss when it first starts. Give you a lot of energy.
All right.
I think mine is I'll Be There.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you would find a lot of people in that same corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a beautiful song. Willie Hutch wrote a beautiful song.
So those songs are the ones that, so I say this because I'm going to watch you guys when you're on stage singing, and I'm just wait to see that little smile when that happens out there. Let's talk a little bit about Motown. Obviously, that's a sore spot in the city of Detroit because it was such an identity for us, and to have it disappear, what you guys built, and I'm going to say the Jacksons were major forces in building Motown to what it was, but for us to see it go away hurts.
I understand that too. I really do. I can understand because it's almost like it's homegrown. It started here. It's the same thing. Delta Airlines started in Monroe, Louisiana, and moved to Atlanta, Georgia. It's the same thing. It's because it has Detroit signature all over it. This is the sound of Detroit, Motown, and to uproot it and move it. I understand the people.
And it was
here.
a sound that was heard around the world.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you go around the world and still today, that sound is still making people happy around the world. You hear Motown songs everywhere around the world, especially in Europe, all around Europe.
I'm glad that this festival is coming because it keeps it alive. It keeps that Motown sound, even though they moved to California, but the music will always be here because this was the birth of it. And so I'm glad that they're doing this festival so the world can understand that Detroit is the place where all this good stuff came from.
And we're glad to have you back bringing that music.
Well, thank you.
A couple other quick questions, and maybe this is a long question. You guys, and I mentioned a moment ago, you guys are really responsible largely for building Motown to the power that it was. You and Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson and a few others. And also something else that maybe the Jacksons don't get credit for is you really were the force that brought music of color into a lot of households that before that were rejecting it. I mean, literally,
yes.
They would turn it off and say, we're not going to listen to that. And then come along the Jacksons, and people are starting to listen to music that I think broadened out people's understanding culturally of a lot of things.
You know what? It's amazing because what people don't understand is that music is a universal language. And the main object to the music that we did, and I can say this now because I'm older, is that it was about bringing people together in harmony and peace and unifying the world and unifying people through music. Because everything was positive, driven, and uplifting. And that's what people want to feel like and want to hear. And that's what that music did. And that's why that's why it reached all genres and all nationalities and everything, because the message that it sent is about harmony and peace and unifying people. And so, and the Jackson 5 music is someone told me a story. and they told me that when integration started, and it wasn't going well at all, and they used to, and they went to this white school. There was one of the people, and he said we had a tough time. He said, but you guys released some music, and the school gave us a project to write about our favorite music. And he said it was the first time I saw the white kids and the black kids coming together, because they had something in common, and it was the Jackson 5 music. And so it broke barriers, it opened doors, it did so much. And at that time when we were doing it, we didn't realize that. But that's a time in American history that it really changed that whole era, and bringing people together in harmony and peace.
What's next for the Jacksons? I mean, I know you're doing this, and you did the Unity Tour 2 years ago. And is this a continuation of that? Or is this something new?
Another big world tour set right now. We got Matter of fact, we're going to London to big concerts next week. Right, Marlon?
Yes.
When we come
Are
back.
you going to get there in time for the wedding, or are you going to miss that wedding?
No, the wedding this weekend.
Yeah, you going to miss that?
Yeah, missed that.
You didn't get your invitation?
No, but I'm glad because I don't like crowds either. I can sit back and watch it on telly.
On the telly. And where else is the tour taking you?
All over the whole world.
Cool.
All over the whole world.
And how long is that going to go on? And then
Even in Russia, everywhere.
that's great.
Yeah.
And how long do you plan to be on the road doing that?
I don't know.
2020.
Not too long, but we will. It's a great feeling to be able to travel the globe and experience the various cultures and everything the world has to offer, and to know that all of these pockets of the globe listen to your music and know about your music and know about what you've done. And it's a great feeling to be able to touch people's lives in a positive way. And we don't take it for granted. We appreciate it because we know without you guys, the people out there, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Because some of the people don't even speak English, but they know the music.
Isn't that the strangest thing to see?
Yes, it is.
Universal language.
I remember I was in Paris years ago, and I saw two guys from China as a duo playing guitar, singing Beatles song in flawless English, and they didn't know a word of English.
Yeah.
But they could sing every word flawlessly. That's music bringing the world
Yes,
together.
that's it. Music bringing the world together.
And that's the Jacksons bringing the world together.
Right.
Hey, I can't tell you how excited we are to have you here in town. So once again, give me a plug of when you're going to be here, how people can come see you.
Oh, we're going to be here June 15th at the music festival here in Detroit. It's free to the people of Detroit, and I guess it's appreciation showing. Detroit is moving. I mean,
So
positive things are happening in Detroit, and this is bringing the people together to celebrate those positive things. So bring your dancing shoes. We're gonna have a great time on stage. June 15th, we'll be at that music fair.
Yeah. So what do you think about the changes here in Detroit?
I like the changes in Detroit. It's nice.
Kind of amazing because you guys have been in and out of this city.
Baseball stadium and
I know.
and
Hockey and basketball and
Everything
football.
all in one central location.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing what's happened to this town. So.
Yes.
Well, to a couple of guys who are really a part of the history of the Motor City, of Motown, of Detroit, I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so happy
Thank
you had
you.
some time to talk to us.
And on the 15th, you just see Marlon and I, but Tito
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jermaine will be there. But Tito's in London right now, and Jermaine's in Nice right now.
So we'll be there.
Everybody. Hey, that sounds like a great song.
Yes, we'll be there. So doing all the numbers that started here, right here in Motown,
All right.
here in Detroit. This is Marlon Jackson, my brother.
Jackie Jackson.
Hang out with us on MusicTown, baby.